Hey there, everyone. Harry here, and welcome to a very cheap and cheerful kind of no frills behind the scenes thank you video, basically. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually working on the shading for a shot, a very, very quick shot of this guy just throwing on a jacket. I don't want to talk too much about what this cartoon is that I'm working on, but it's something I've wanted to do for a very, very long time, and I've never really been in the position before to just dedicate the time to it and get it done. I think I could finish it in under a month, but I've just never had that freedom because I haven't had the financial freedom to do it. What I'm doing at the moment is basically sometimes when there's not very much movement in a shot and I'm shading it, I shade the end frame or the beginning frame, whatever kind of position most of the time is spent in, and he sort of doesn't move much here. He's basically in the same position for the whole animation. He just sort of shrugs his arms a bit to throw the jacket on. So I created the shading here for the end frame, and now I'm just sort of copying it and tweaking it for the previous frames. And then once the action becomes too broad and I have to actually redraw the entire shading frame from scratch, I'll start doing that. But here, for example, I'm actually going to be able to get away with just sort of taking the arm frame and tweaking it a little bit, maybe around the wrist here. I'll need to kind of do something a little bit better there and clean that up. But yeah, trying to sort of efficiently reuse the shading frame that I have already finished. Anyway, the other reason I wanted to make this video is, like I say, it's a thank you video, basically. If you're watching this, it's because you're supporting me here on Patreon. And thank you. Just thank you. Thank you so much. Obviously, it's not a thing that anybody needed to do. You didn't need to do that. And I don't expect anybody to do it for forever. I'm not going to support the people I'm supporting on Patreon forever. Financial situations change or interests change. You know, somebody who makes something might not always be making stuff you actually like, or it just might not be worth your while after a period of time. So I don't have any disillusions about how long... I don't say delusions, not disillusions. I don't have any delusions about how long people are going to support me for, and I don't want this thing to last forever. But during the time that I'm here, I want to fulfill all the reward tiers as best as I can. I certainly want to put out all the extra content, all the behind-the-scenes videos and stuff. I may not be super up-to-date with, for example, our Discord server. Like, I didn't check it today, and I'm sorry, it's just because I'm busy working. I'm going to try and reply to all the Patreon comments on the main Patreon page, but I may not be able to also keep up with everything on the server too, just because, well, I set up Patreon to help me make stuff, and if I'm spending too much time keeping up with every single comment across Discord and Patreon and everywhere else, I may not be able to make that content, but you get what I mean. I'm going to try and make myself available to people who comment and message me through the Patreon service, because I owe you guys. I really do. You're helping support my dreams. This cartoon that I'm working on right now, that I'm lazily tweaking the shadows for right now. So here's the thing. This is a cartoon I've wanted to make for a long time. In fact, this character, it's not a video game character. It's not a, you know, like a crazy wacky thing necessarily with big boobs in the thumbnail that's going to get 1 million views. This is something that's a little bit more personal to me and a little bit more sort of in my area of interest and taste. And it's not necessarily something that would have been financially viable for me to do. But right now I'm not having to work on a commission. I'm able to actually work on my passion, and not every single person is creative and sort of necessarily cares about working on something that they're really passionate about. I don't know, everyone's different, but for me, I'm not happy really unless I can work on something I truly believe in. And so much of the time that I've worked as an artist, I've had to do things I don't really like doing because I need the money. Essentially, everyone needs to pay their bills. I'm still renting a house. I'm still paying all my bills. I'm the sole sort of provider, basically, for my, not really family unit, but for me and my partner Joyce. And right now, because of your support of me on Patreon, allowing me to make cartoons, basically, you're allowing me to support myself, or you're supporting me for me, however you want to phrase it. And I'm getting to also make art that I believe is cool and interesting and will really entertain people, and is stuff I'm passionate about. And that is so rare. and I just want to say thank you. Thank you to all of you. I'm sorry if I'm not always going to be able to comment, to reply to every comment. I think I read them all, but I do get a lot. I mean, I get them elsewhere on Twitter and Facebook and that kind of thing. But I mean, on the Patreon page, I'm going to try and reply to everyone I see and keep up with you guys. I just wanted to say thank you. Thanks so much, and I really hope I can finish this cartoon here in February and hit much more of a rhythm of sort of monthly releases with actual finished cartoons, which is something I've never been able to do before. But I think Patreon gives me the ability to do that. And in terms of behind the scenes content and the kind of animatics and rough clips and speed paints and commentary videos and all that extra stuff that you guys are going to receive because you're supporting me here on Patreon, I'm going to try and drop something good onto the Patreon every couple of days, at the very least every week. I'm thinking about picking one day of the week to make sure that I'm working purely on extra Patreon content, so that you're always regularly getting something. But even if you guys don't stick around for too long, and like I say, I know situations change and we can't always, afford to be able to support people whose work we like. Just right now, thank you for being part of this, and thank you for helping me aid myself. That's an overly complicated way of putting it. Thank you for helping me make the stuff I want to make. Bless you all, and you'll hear from me again soon. Bye bye.